Lindows was a commercial Linux distribution that was originally released in 2001. It was developed by Lindows Incorporated, a company that was founded by Michael Robertson. Lindows was based on the Debian Linux distribution and was designed to be a user-friendly alternative to Windows. Lindows was one of the first Linux distributions to be marketed to home users. It was also one of the first Linux distributions to offer a click-and-run installer, which made it easy for users to install software. Lindows was also known for its use of Wine, a software compatibility layer that allowed users to run Windows applications on Linux. Lindows was a popular Linux distribution in its early years. However, the company faced a number of challenges, including competition from other Linux distributions, legal battles with Microsoft, and financial difficulties. In 2008, Lindows was acquired by Xandros Incorporated, another Linux distribution company. Lindows was discontinued in 2009, however, Linspire has now been the new takeover of what we formerly called Lindows, and has been actively developed and supported since Lindows' discontinuation. Here are some of the reasons why Lindows was so popular. User-friendly, Lindows was designed to be easy to use, even for people who were not familiar with Linux. It had a graphical user interface, GUI, that was similar to Windows, and it included a number of features that made it easy to install and use software. Click-and-run installer. Lindows was one of the first Linux distributions to offer a click-and-run installer. This made it easy for users to install software without having to use the command line. Wine. Lindows used Wine, a software compatibility layer that allowed users to run Windows applications on Linux. This was a major selling point for many users, as it meant that they could switch to Linux without having to give up their favorite Windows applications. Despite its popularity, Lindows faced a number of challenges. Competition. Lindows faced competition from a number of other Linux distributions, such as Ubuntu and Fedora. These distributions were also designed to be user-friendly, and they offered a wider range of features than Lindows. Legal battles. Lindows was sued by Microsoft for trademark infringement. Microsoft claimed that the name Lindows was too similar to Windows, and that it would confuse consumers. Lindows eventually settled the lawsuit by changing its name to Linspire. Financial difficulties. Lindows experienced financial difficulties in its later years. The company had difficulty raising capital, and it lost market share to other Linux distributions. Lindows was discontinued in 2009. However, it had a significant impact on the Linux community. It helped to popularize Linux among home users, and it paved the way for the development of more user-friendly Linux distributions. Linux Mint would later become the most popular beginner-friendly distribution thanks to its user-friendly interface.